Hello, everyone. Welcome to Finding the Voices, to our series of gratitude, 1001 Thagatchari, wherein we are reaching out to 1001 people who truly want to express their gratitude from their heart and show thankfulness to the people around, to the people of Manipur, and also share, the people at the global level who are our source of inspiration. So today, right now, we have a participant joining us from Pondicherry in India, Tuleshwori Sapam, who is a research scholar. And I would bring her up in our set so that we can hear about her gratitude. Hello.
Okay.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me to participate. Yeah,
I'm so excited that many of you are signing up, and I think that's the true charm of 1001 Thagatchari, because I throw it out, I invite it to everyone, and it's so awesome to get message that, hey, I want to participate and I want to share my gratitude. And I think that's really awesome because it's coming out from your heart. So I look forward to what you have to share. But before that, if you can share a little bit about yourself and, talk about what you do, where are you from, your childhood.
Okay. Yeah. Hi. Good evening, everyone. I am Tuleshwori Sapam. Basically, I'm from Singa Road, Kaisampat. I did my schooling till school. Then after that, I went to Punjab University to do my graduation and master. Then after that, since I want to do PhD, I wrote the exams, the national net examination and everything. Basically, I'm doing PhD in Center for Bioinfomatics, where basically I'm working in cancer research in the drug discovery field, where I use the tools and the software which are designed by computer scientists, and I implement those and try to find molecules which can be later on become a drug for targeting a cancer. So I have done most of my work, and right now I'm writing my thesis. Other than that, I really love what I do. Like I'm really a passionate researcher, and I just enjoy this struggle of PhD. And I try to enjoy small things, and there are other things which we should be grateful of, and which make a person like to enjoy all the things from the nature. And apart from that, in my free time, I do I do handicraft stuff. Like I utilize my time to make something new, to learn to make something new. So that's about it, I guess.
Wow. So what do you make for handicraft?
Yeah, handicraft, like actually Pondicherry, there are lots of here. It's mostly a hub for all this DIY, like do it yourself, or what they call, like they make all this stuff. So when I go out in the market, I used to see them and I get inspired that I want to learn to make. So far I make like basket with the newspaper, and then I learn how to make candles. And these days I'm into making bags from fabric. Like it has worked as like kind of my stress buster from my research life. So whatever which is feasible within me, within my reach, I try to make and do it.
That's awesome. All right. Yeah, that's awesome that, we always need that creative part of our life. And as you have said, it's quite therapeutic and, stress buster, as you call it.
Because coming from lab, like I get frustrated also, but from the time I started doing all the stuff, like I don't concentrate on my research. I leave that part and concentrate on that, and all my stress go away. So it's kind of helping me during my PhD journey.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's so nice to have a lot of academicians joining our program. So like on an average, like how many hours do you put yourself, in your research and work, and how many hours do you sleep?
Like most of the time I'm in the lab, I can say that, except for my lunchtime or breakfast time, picking it up. So right now I'm in the stage where to compile. Although these days too, I stay mostly like till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So it just go. I just stay back and do my work.
Oh, I see. So you are in your lab like till midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then what time do you go? What time do you wake up? Let me ask you that.
Like in normal days, like for example, if I have to go to department, like I try my best to reach before 10 o'clock. It's an official timing, but my guy doesn't say anything, but still from my part, I want to be there by 10. So I try my best to, wake up by around 8 or 8:30 like that. And then I go to my lab again.
I see. So you are, you like to stay late and get up late.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thank you for sharing a little bit and get a glimpse of what, the academician and research people do. All right. So to move on to the core of our gratitude show, the first question, what I would throw it out at you is to nominate someone within your personal space and, talk about your gratitude and thankfulness about them or, whoever person you want.
Yeah. When I thought about giving thanks, the first thing that obviously from most of the people it comes is our family only. Like, because I'm here on this earth because first of all, because of them. I'm having a comfortable life. I'm having a good education compared to the rest, and it's all because of them. So and for our society where there is a little bit of, we don't say the word thank you enough. So I wanted to take this platform to show my gratitude to my parents as well as to my brother and sister who has always encouraged me till now to reach this level. Like they first of all, my parents, they have always given me the freedom to choose what I do. Each was like, it's easier sometimes to just go after master to go for a job and settle down in life, but I really don't want to do that. I wanted to go for higher study. I wanted to explore more in my field. But my parents till now, they have never stopped me. They will be there patiently waiting for me and encouraging me to move ahead and what you dream. So because of that, I wanted to take this platform to thank both of my parents as well as my sibling. And importantly, like last month, my father retired from a job and then my mother will be retiring. So I wanted to take this opportunity to thank them for working so hard for us, for sacrificing their time for us, for letting me have a good education, for letting me have a healthy life. So on personal level, it's them whom I really want to give my gratitude. And apart from them, when I'm growing up, the teaching value that they have incorporated in me. When I was going out after +2, going to a new place, trying to survive in the new world, it's difficult. And first of all, the food was a problem. But till now, my parents, like, they told me only this quotation, only this quote when I say I miss home food and all, they will be like, if you're out, if you're in Rome, stay like how Romans do. So you should try to adjust wherever you are. So at first, because I'm just out after +2 and I miss home food and all, at that time, I don't get it. But now, as I live my life, I get the meaning of that, like what they say is right. Like wherever we go, we have to try to adjust. We have to learn the culture of the place. We have to like the food that we eat there in order to stay stably there. So I appreciated their teaching now only, and I'm getting to know all the teaching that they have put on me. And apart from that, like my father, he used to write me letter when I went out from home to do my graduation. Until now, one line from his letter, I really remember. Whenever I feel down, I remember that. He wrote in such a way that, like, now you are far from us, you are far from your parents. So right now, there only your willpower and your motivation is your parent. So they are your mother and your father. So you have to hold on that, and you have to work hard for your career, for whatever you want to do. So the strong word that I hear when I was growing up, so it made me who I am and what I'm doing right now. So I really want to express my gratitude to them.
No, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, as you have said, when we go out to study, we are facing a lot of challenges like new food, language, culture, even though it's within India, there is definitely differences. And I totally agree with you on your inspiration from letters from parents and, how you hold on to their words and it makes you stronger and, kind of stick to what they have sent us for, like to study. So yeah, that's so awesome for you to share. So you shared that your parents are going to retire. Can you share a little bit of what they do? What what is their profession?
Yeah, my father, he used to work in bank. He was an officer in Manipur bank, and my mother is a high school teacher in Malum High School. So she will be retiring by this January.
I see. So are you the eldest? I see that you have all of your 3 siblings.
Yes, I'm the eldest.
Yeah, and definitely, as you have said, in our culture, it's not that we feel a lot of love within our heart, but it's hard for us to express, right?
And sometimes I feel bad that they are like growing old, but I'm here still struggling and I'm not able to spend time with them. Like when I used to hear like other stories about parents getting sick or, everything, like sometimes I do feel bad that sometimes I just want to leave everything and go home and be with them. But at the same time, again, we have to make a stand for our own life also. We have to make ourselves stable so that, what we are dreaming of, so that we can get it someday. So because of all that, we have to be strong.
Right. I know. Like even though we stay so far away, knowing that, okay, we have been sent out for a purpose, for studies. And yet, you have to kind of balance out with missing them. And yeah, I totally understand where your comments are coming from. And I hope you would find the courage to share this beautiful sharing you have made, in a public podcast to your parents to show your gratitude. Because the first thing I do generally when I follow up with the participant is, hey, have you, let your parents, if they have nominated, see it. And so I definitely want you to share the link to them and make sure that, you have found the courage to express what you have. The love and thankfulness from you. All right. So is there anything else you want to add about your parents and siblings before we move on to the next one?
Yeah, apart from my family, I didn't put the picture here. I really want to thank my friends that I met here in Pondicherry University. Like my whole PhD, we have a group of friends. All of us are doing PhD. And like the support and the moral support that I get from them, like coming work and then frustrations, whatever we get, that results not coming, chemicals are not coming, and all this stuff, this happened and all this stuff. But I'm really blessed and grateful to them also. Like they come back, we talk, we make sure to have our dinner together, we make sure to have our lunch together. So apart from my science life, apart from my research life, I'm grateful that I have another life with which I connect. Because our work, PPT and everything, it's not the one who is going to, help us personally when I'm sick or something. So I'm very grateful to my bunch of friends that I have here also. So I want to give my thanks to them also.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's almost like, home away from home and you make your own family. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So moving on to the next category wherein, you can nominate somebody at the level of Manipur.
Yeah, when this question came, like when I was started to think, whom should I nominate? Like only this Armstrong Pame, his name came onto my mind. I have read about him earlier, like how he, with the help of the people from his on the street, like on TribeNet, like how he initiated to make a road to connect with connect Manipur, especially his district, with Nagaland and Assam for healthcare and all the small things. So what it like, it's such a remarkable thing that he did. Like he started with nothing on his hand, like he struggled a lot, but still when he was young, he chose to dream big. And because of his dream, he reached till this level. Even after reaching that level, instead of, complaining or blaming on the society, like things are not happening, he started to lead, and he led in such a way that he helped his own people. He gave back whatever he learned, whatever he did during his life. He worked for his own people. So basically, I admire him for this feat that he did. So because of that, I choose to nominate him. And then apart from that, recently I read that he also invites school students like to have dinner with him in his house to see the life of how a bureaucrat, how an IS officer life has. Like like this kind of small act, it will help the younger generation, the young kids, to dream big, to do something better from the normal trend that we follow at back home, to see something else, and they can get inspired. So because of that, all this reason, I nominate Armstrong Pame. And in a society like ours, where we have lots of conflicts, where we have lots of problems for basic things, I think if people start to, do on his own, instead of blaming on someone else, if even a small need, if I start to do something, thinking better for the society, I think it's a wonderful thing, and we should, force people to, not forcing, but we should make sure people have this idea that let's stop the blaming game. Instead, let one of us make a difference. We can start small. We don't have to do something big or something. We can start by I can start by teaching my cousins, or telling the younger generation something that I know. So because of that, I nominate him from the state level.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I definitely, love the way you have put the whole idea. Let us stop the blame game, right? And let's put it on ourselves, each of us, to do something, even if it is a small thing, and that would trickle down and impact our society. And particularly, we are referring to the conflict and unrest situation in Manipur, and how you can expand and help the society from your own level, instead of sitting and saying, hey, this politician is not doing that, or, whatever be the blame be, which obviously we see a lot. So yeah, I love the way you have explained it in a very concise way. And yes, Armstrong Pame is such a wonderful example, a role model from our own, people, wherein we can look up to him for his initiative. And I love the way how people all over India, outside of India, responded to his quest to build 100-kilometer road in such an underdeveloped area in Manipur. So that's so amazing, because it is his initiative and willingness and his hope and the response, that his belief had created other people to chip in, to help, and it's so amazing. Yeah, so absolutely, I'm so happy that you have nominated him.
As long as you believe in yourself, as long as you have the will to do something, I think anyone can do anything. We all live the normal life. It's just that the idea has to be a little bit different, and we should have the courage to come out. And after all, I believe at the end, it's all narrowed down to you and your mindset, because even if we are electing someone, also ours is a democratic country, so we have the right to choose. So I really believe that if you want to be the change, then you have to be the change. That's the reason why I nominated him.
Yeah, absolutely. And also thank you for sharing about his initiative to meet up with the local students, in his house, because I think, you are absolutely right. I think it connects the policymaker, in his case, being an IAS officer, the policymaker to the people, and it gives hope, right? And that gives such a good example of how I think communication, because most of the time I think some of the issues or problem we see in Manipur is there is not much of communication between the people and the policymaker, which of course we see that it's improving, but his is a great example of motivation and also encouragement for the younger generation. So thank you for sharing that. And of course, Armstrong Pame, I hope that you're watching our show, and he was featured in our first season of Finding the Voices when he started, with the work of 100-kilometer road. And definitely now, as we have progressed and we are in the 5th season of Finding the Voices, we would love for him to come back and share about his new initiative and experiences, from where we left. So Armstrong Pame with Thagatchari. All right. Anything else you want to add before we move on?
I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to zoom out and put his picture. There he is, and a picture of the work in progress. Yeah, that's so awesome. All right. So moving on to the third section, wherein we share about gratitude and thankfulness for a person at the global level.
Yeah, for this question, I wanted to give my gratitude to Indian philanthropist as well as a computer scientist, Sudha Murthy, head of foundation of Infosys, head of chairman of the Infosys Foundation. Recently, I read one of her books, The 3,000 Stitches a Time, and I was really inspired by her. Like, she come up from a normal middle class family, and after +2, like as usual, their parents, she also, like her parents also forced her to take a medical, so that a woman should stay in a research course like that. But she denied that, and she wanted to be an engineer. And with her courage and stubbornness, but still she went into the all boys college. She was there for 4 years, and after which she topped and went into IIC. So like, she also like gave an example that if you set your mind, nothing is possible. So because of that, I really admire her. After being a computer scientist for some time, then she's also an educator, and after that, she heads now the Infosys Foundation. She also she also believes in the fact that whatever you earn, we should also try to give back to the society as much as we can. So she is basically working mostly in the healthcare, as well as education was one of her top priority. So because of all the things that she did, I really admire her personality and what she does. And apart from that, her humility and simplicity, that is another thing I inspired in her. Even though she's in a high position or in a big place, she don't forget her roots. She don't forget her humility, and I feel like she will be approachable by many of the people. Like, we can go and talk to her, and she will give her views and everything. So because of that, I really admire her. I admire her for her things that she has done for our country. And most importantly, recently, she was in that particular book, she was talking about how she worked with the Devadasi, how it took her more than 10 years to work along with them. Like, at first, they did not like the Devadasi, or we call as a sex worker these days. Like, they don't help them out. At first, they don't like them. But slowly, initially, she tried to be one of them. She approached them, things happening, tell them about the education, and slowly, those Devdasi also came to trust her. And then at the end, they were able to make a bank, especially for the Devdasi, where they can live that path and choose the right path, so that their lives will be better, and as well as the generation to follow. So it took her for almost a 10 year, but still she was with them. She was also one of them. So because of that, I admire her for all the things that she has done for the society, for giving back to the society. Whatever we have, we should try to give back to the society.
That's awesome. So which is the book you read? Now that you have inspired me, I should go and look up that book and read it for myself.
It's 3,000 Stitches a Time. Actually, one of my friends gifted me. That's how I came to know about her, how she is, and what other work that she did. So that's how I came to know about her.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, and I know about her, but more into the technological front, and I didn't know about the story, what you shared about her, going out in the field and working with the sex worker, and, being a part of their life, and making them open up, trust her in terms of, expressing and sharing, I guess, for almost 10 years. I think that takes a lot of dedication and belief, right, in what she's doing. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. And it's so amazing. I love this part of global nomination, because everybody get inspired, through books or speeches, and it's so amazing to see how we all absorb some part of somebody, and we get inspired to be a better human being, and the thought that we need to do something ourselves to give back to the society.
Yes, I strongly believe in that. Like, for a place like, from growing up from Manipur, we have seen, like, going to school, we will have bans or something. Like, I have seen that. And so far, situation has become better. Like, more people are coming up, more entrepreneurs are coming up, more good people are coming up. So I strongly believe that maybe once we become someone, from our part, we should try to do something for the society. It may be a small thing. So I also try my best here also I try to go to orphanage and try to spend time with the kids. And whenever there is a charity work or something, I try my best to do the same. And especially when there are small kids, I like to teach them. I love to interact with them because they are going to be the future pillar at the end later on. So I also try my best to do that. So at the same time, I want people also to think about that, and instead of blaming, like we should come out and try to do something good for the society we live, where it's Manipur or somewhere or everywhere else, just our neighbors or anything. I believe that if we do that, maybe the world will be a better place.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And with that, let's say Thagatchari to Sudha Murthy, and it's amazing that she has inspired like people from Manipur too, not only in the whole world. So thank you. All right. So before we go into the last section of our show, I do see that we have a comment, and I just want to bring that up. Okay, so the comment is from Singhajit Ningthaujam. Hi, Tuleshwori. One question from my side. Most of the scientific research in India are theoretical based. Why most of scientific research in India are failed to apply in practical?
Yeah, I would say that one of the reasons why most of the scientific research fail in India is obviously the lack of funds. Like for research, we really need funds. We need scholarship. We need to buy small things like chemical, or whether to go to learn somewhere else or going for conference and everything. We need funds. So if we provide more funds, I think we can do better. Like as we can see, most of the people who are PhD or postdoc, we go outside. Most of them are working in abroad, working in the lab, and we do the research there. But when we compare and see back in India, we really struggle for funds. For small things, we really struggle. So that might be one of the research in India if we fail to apply practically. So, like the government.
So, it is mostly theoretical because, you are studying, but you need funding to actually go and apply and, get more people to see what.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. We also have a couple of questions, and yeah, thank you for everybody who is watching our show, and keep your comments coming in. We would love to see more interaction. So I have a comment from Chinglen Thoiba John, who also participated in our show.
Yeah, actually, he's my cousin brother.
Oh, okay.
I actually, like, when I first saw your message on Instagram, I registered, and I was like, yeah, more people should come up, more younger generation, you should come up. So I asked them to register also.
Thank you. That's awesome. I didn't know that you were the one who referred him to our show. Yeah, the way Finding the Voices work, like many people ask me, how do you have time to coordinate and get all the awesome guest speaker? And I'm like, no, it's a community, I just offer the platform for the people, and the people nominate and help me, and we that's how like Finding the Voices work out. And there you are. I didn't even know that you were the ingredient in making him come. So thank you, both of you. So let's see, like his comment is, hello Che Pepe, good to see you and God bless you. Yes, I do believe in higher education and research. All the best for your research work. Your brother John Momo. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get back to our normal agenda. Yeah, but this is fun. I like it when, we have some interaction while we are having the show. So yeah, get your friends, family into our group wherein, they can be a part of the show as we are going live. All right. So to the last part of the show, like this is the part where I like to keep it as an open question for you to express anything you would like on any topic you choose.
To express anything, I want that everyone to remain like they should be human first. Even though scientifically we are humans, because of our materialistic world, because of the needs, greeds, and selfishness, we tend to forget like first, we need to care about ourselves. We need to care about people living next to us. We need to be humble. We need to have lots of humility with us. So I would like to take this platform to express my word that we should try to be a humble human first, and then try to reach out to all the people wherever we can who are necessary. Really hard to educate the younger generation, especially the small kids. I know my cousins where they study, like they have only the books, where all the classes, all the periods have only books. They don't have even the sports, right? They don't have any sports. They don't have any extra co-curricular activity. Apart from the books, as we grow up, we need to be, excelled in other stuff like extracurricular, where we excel in that, where we develop our personality. So for this reason, I strongly believe that we should try to educate the younger generation, not only the book generation, everything, so that they can become a better person in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. You're absolutely right in bringing up, the topic and about book education, right? So even when I grew up, I had very, very less extracurricular activities. It is like book, and books, right? So I feel like now when I see my children growing and they are involved in so many extracurricular activities in the field of sports, art, creativity, I feel like I'm catching up on those fields, like here I am, like trying all different things because I never got that opportunity when I was smaller because my main focus was books. And, I guess we were more like bookworms. And we spent like a lot of time only on books. And I feel that kind of impacts, it's good for academics, but it does impact our social behavior too, right? And as you can see, many people from our place, including myself, I think our social skills are very, how should I put it? Like, we feel a little scared to speak in public. We won't be the first person to raise our hand, when the teacher would ask the question, because we are so protected and we feel that it's only books and we don't do so much of, public interaction.
Yes,
so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even I have faced the same thing, like coming out from home, like I used to see that all my other friends, like they will be smart and they won't hesitate to say even, even if they make a mistake in asking small things, they don't feel anything. But we will be like, oh, what if we ask this and what if this goes wrong? So I think like how you said, like we were and we didn't think about the other, that we limit and protective environment. So I think we need to change this attitude also.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it's not that I think it also impacts our confidence level, right? Like you're saying, like, let's take an example. Now, when I first came out of Manipur, I was doing my junior college, 11 and 12 at Sophia's college in Bombay. And, whenever the teacher would ask any question, like I know it's not that I don't know. I know to the answer, maybe it's correct or wrong, but, I had an answer in my mind, but I never had the courage to raise my hand. And whereas there was another girl who was like looking so confident, overconfident, and she would like be the first one to raise her hand for any question. And when she would answer, like it may not always be correct. And I was like, wow, So I think, we definitely like have scope to improve on building our self-confidence, on, how we can be more interactive, and develop our social skills, because I see that a lot of people would be so good in, the book knowledge, because that's how we are brought up and how we are taught, right? Because everyone wants to be good in studies so that you'll have a secure, I guess, career or future. And I think slowly I do see the mindset changing. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. So at least we share our experience and, the upcoming students and parents, and mostly parents, would be conscious to add extracurricular activities in one's life, not only when you're small, but, now when you're big, like, just add on things in your life that would impact, widen our thoughts. And, I believe that it brings happiness too. All right. Anything else you want to share?
No, I think I have. I want to say But lastly, I really want to thank you for bringing this platform to us. Like, there are lots of young youth generation from Manipur with a strong mindset who really want to change our state and who wants to get us speak up our mind. And as you're doing the thing that you're also doing for that, Jay, I really appreciate you and I really admire you for that also. So again, thank you to you too.
Yeah, no, thank you to you, because like I said, we need the platform, we need to interact, and also, we are sharing about our life, about our thoughts to a wider world through our platform, right? And a lot of people ask me, why do I do the show in English? And my simple answer is I want it for a global audience, right? Of course, people might say and comment that, yeah, you can do it in our language for the love of our language, and then put interpretation, in the show. But with whatever resources I have right now, I'm not able to do that. And I feel that there's nothing wrong in a person in being able to talk in English as a global language, and also in Meiteilon, right? So this is my way to show the expression and share it to the world. So everybody who who sees our show would know that, hey, these are the people of Manipur, and learning a bit about ideas and thoughts and sharing. So yeah, and I definitely thank you again, as I had mentioned, that I'm so touched by people like you, who believe in this platform and treating it as your own show and coming up and sharing. So, and that's what I expect, and that's what, we should be doing. And so for that, I thank you. And, every week I look forward for the days where I will have this show and listen to your sharings, and it really inspires me. So thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jay.
All right. And to everyone listening, thank you so much. And it's really touching and a great learning for me from everybody's nomination. So today we spoke with Tuleshwori Sapam on family, family obviously who impacts and grooms us to be who we are. And of course, for Manipur, she nominated Armstrong, Pame, and at the global level, Sudhamurti. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the sharings and would come and participate. Come up over here and share your own gratitude and thoughts to the people. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day.